The tales of two companies, the Dutch VOC and the British EIC, were marked by their immense influence on the course of history. They introduced new products and practices to the regions they engaged with, such as spices and textiles, while also facilitating cultural exchange and, in some cases, exploitation. The Dutch VOC, or Verenigde Oostindische Compagnie, was a powerful and influential trading company established in 1602 during the Dutch Golden Age. It was one of the world's first multinational corporations and played a significant role in European colonial expansion and the global spice trade during the 17th and 18th centuries. The VOC had a major presence in the East Indies, present-day Indonesia, and controlled a vast trading network, which helped make the Netherlands a dominant maritime and economic power during that era. Foundation and early years, 1602–1620s. The VOC was founded in 1602 with the aim of establishing a monopoly over the spice trade in the East Indies. It received a charter from the Dutch government, granting it exclusive trading rights in the East Indies. The VOC established its first trading post in Indonesia in 1603. Expansion and trade dominance, 1630s, 1660s. The VOC expanded its presence throughout Southeast Asia, including Java, Sumatra, and the Moluccas. It established a strong naval and military presence to protect its interests and monopolize trade. The company became immensely profitable through the spice trade, especially in nutmeg, cloves, and pepper. Decline and legacy, late 17th century. The VOC's dominance in the spice trade started to wane as other European powers, like the English and French, entered the scene. It faced financial difficulties, corruption, and internal strife. The VOC was formally dissolved in 1799 due to financial insolvency, and its assets were transferred to the Dutch state. Ethical and social implications. The VOC's pursuit of profit often came at the expense of indigenous populations, leading to conflicts and exploitation. The company's actions had far-reaching social, economic, and political consequences in the regions it operated. Legacy and impact. The VOC left a lasting legacy in the form of Dutch colonial possessions in Indonesia and the Cape Colony, South Africa. It was a pioneering example of early capitalism and joint stock companies. The VOC's legacy also includes significant cultural exchanges and the introduction of European influence in the East Indies. The VOC's history is well documented through its extensive archives, which have been preserved and are a valuable resource for historians. This is a broad overview, and the history of the VOC is much more detailed and nuanced. It's a fascinating chapter in both Dutch and world history, with many aspects to explore further. Regarding the East India Company, EIC. The East India Company, EIC, officially known as the Honourable East India Company, was one of the most influential and powerful trading companies in history. Early formation, 1600–1609. The EIC was founded in 1600 by a group of English merchants with a royal charter from Queen Elizabeth I to engage in trade with the East Indies. The first voyage to India was in 1601, led by James Lancaster. Initial trading and forts, early 1600s. The EIC established trading posts and factories in the Indian subcontinent, including Surat and Madras. It engaged in the spice, silk, and cotton trade with India. Rivalry with other European powers, 17th century. The EIC faced competition and conflict with other European trading companies, including the Dutch VOC and the French. The company expanded its presence and constructed more fortified settlements. Shift towards territorial control, 18th century. The EIC transitioned from a trading company to a territorial power, becoming involved in Indian politics and governance. The Battle of Plassey in 1757 marked a significant turning point when the EIC-backed forces defeated the Nawab of Bengal. Sepoy Mutiny and British Crown Control, 1857–1858. The Indian Rebellion of 1857, also known as the Sepoy Mutiny, erupted, leading to significant unrest in India. In 1858, the British Crown took direct control of India, ending the rule of the EIC. Legacy and impact. The EIC's legacy includes the establishment of British colonial rule in India, which continued until India gained independence in 1947. It had a profound impact on Indian society, politics, and the economy. The EIC's influence also extended to other parts of Asia, such as Southeast Asia. End of the EIC, 1874. The EIC formally ceased to exist in 1874 when it was dissolved, following the passage of the East India Stock Dividend Redemption Act. The East India Company played a pivotal role in the colonization of India and the development of the British Empire, with significant historical and societal implications. These companies shaped the economic and geopolitical landscapes of their time, ultimately paving the way for the modern global economy. These companies paved the way for a new form of trade and commerce, setting the stage for the emergence of multinational corporations and the globalization and exploitation of markets in the centuries that followed.